All right, so we're going to talk about The Legend of Zelda, particularly Twilight Princess. But before we get into it, I did want to just go over some little things that I seen here in some of the articles I was able to look up. So this one I thought was actually pretty cool. So for anyone that doesn't know, Epic Universe, they did kind of like their little thing over the weekend where they were able to kind of showcase some of the new events that they're going to be having, some of the lands that they're opening up and stuff like that. So they were able to post a whole bunch of stuff in regards to the Nintendo Land, which I thought was really cool and is something I'm really excited about. They also had some stuff for like the Harry Potter world as well as How to Train Your Dragon. So pretty cool. A lot of information had been coming out about that, videos that were being released and everything, which was really awesome. But one of the main things that grabbed my interest was the stained glass that they had set up for, I believe it was the one of the gift shops, which I thought was so cool. So obviously you can see it right here. You know, you got Link on the outside of the windows, which is really awesome. And then it showcases what it looks like on the inside as well. So this I thought was actually really cool. I was kind of hoping that they were gonna put Link in the middle, so you'd see like Ganon, Zelda. Ganon, Link, and then Zelda instead of having Ganon, Zelda, then Link. But I'm kind of wondering if they decided to go this direction in regards to the Triforce, because you know it's power, wisdom, courage kind of a thing. So if they decided to go power, Ganon, wisdom, Zelda, courage, Link. So if they decided to go that direction, I feel like it would make sense. But just yeah, I thought it would have been really cool to kind of see it, with Link in the middle, Zelda to his right, and then Ganon to the left. But yeah, I thought that was really cool. And then we had another photo here. I'm not sure if this is what the ground looks like, if this is on the floor, but either way, this is beautiful. I love this, man. I think this is so cool, and it's really awesome to look at. So that was one of the things I kind of wanted to go over. So one of the other things I thought was cool that we got some information on was the upgrades for Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild in regards to the Switch 2 coming out. Another thing I also wanted to mention was that in my video that I released yesterday, I had announced that for the demo game on the Switch Switch 2 that was being released that people were having an issue with. I stated it was going to be about $6 and I think like 80 something or 90 something cents. From the information I've received since then, it's actually turning out it's going to be $10. So it's actually a little bit more than what was stated in my previous video. So some people weren't really happy about that. So that's some information to give out. But as far as the upgrade goes for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, it looks like it's going to be about $10. Personally, I don't think that's really too bad for an upgrade, especially because you know what I mean. As someone that has experienced that with going from the PS4 to the PS5, there are the upgrade prices that you have to have. So I thought this was actually pretty cool, and I feel like this isn't too bad to kind of like get mad about or anything like that. So in regards to them switching it over, like I stated in my video yesterday, I'm still debating on what's going to happen as far as myself getting a Switch 2, just because of the information. A lot of it's very vague at the moment, and we're just waiting to kind of see what the status is in regards to the Switch and everything like that. So I don't know just yet. I don't want to make a definitive answer of how I feel about everything, just because we are getting a lot of information that is misleading. Some of the stuff we're believing is going to be the case actually isn't the case. So I just kind of want to hold off on that before I get really into it. And then the main thing I really wanted to talk about was Twilight Princess. So we finally got the Wind Waker on Switch, but where the heck is Twilight Princess? And this is one of the questions I was wondering as well. And from the information that they kind of state in this article, it is something that I personally believe is the case as well. So obviously, with the direct, they did show Twilight Princess. I'm sorry, not Twilight, Wind Waker, in regards to that being a part of the Nintendo Switch Online, which was something that a lot of fans were happy about and really excited to see, but there was no information on Twilight Princess. And as it states in the article, I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but just as it's mentioned, there is rumors that with the 20, or I'm sorry, not the 20th, I think it's the 45th or the 50th, somewhere around there. I forgot off the top of my head, but they are going to be having the anniversary coming up, so there is potential for them to actually be doing something like that. But if I'm not mistaken, it actually might have been the 20th for the game's release that they're going to be considering doing Twilight Princess a release then. So if it is going to be the case, I personally would be really excited, and I'd be more than willing to pick it up if I decide to go with the Switch 2, going out. If I end up getting a Switch 2 and they do decide to do a separate release for Twilight Princess, I would be more than happy to get that. And I know that it is one of those things that, people have been speculating what's going to happen with it in regards to, the Switch 2 and everything like that. And but personally, I'm really hoping that's gonna be the case because I don't mind purchasing, games that I've had already, especially if they do kind of like an upgrade for it. Now, there's rumors on whether they're gonna have it kind of be the HD remaster. If they are gonna do a separate version of the game itself for the Switch 2, I believe it's gonna be the HD remaster. But if not, obviously, if they decide to go in the direction of doing the Nintendo GameCube Online, then yeah, more than likely it is going to be the direction that they're going to be taking it. Will be that they have it so that you do have to just be able to play the GameCube version that's ported onto the Switch. So I don't know, man. Personally, I'm hoping they are going to do their own thing for it just because I really enjoy Twilight Princess. I think it's probably like one of my favorite games after Ocarina of Time, just because it has a lot of similarities to Ocarina of Time, and it is like an updated version of it as far as the graphics go and everything like that. It has more of a realistic kind of look, and I've heard a lot of people mention how they feel like between Twilight Princess and Wind Waker is the better game because of the fact that the art style kind of gives it more of the testament to time because of the fact that it still holds up to this day while Twilight Princess doesn't look as good because the graphics look a little bit dated. I've never really felt that way. I've always felt like Twilight Princess still looked really beautiful and is still a good looking game, even with the graphics kind of aging just a bit, you know what I mean, compared to when it was originally released. But yeah, overall, I think this is something to hopefully look forward to for any Twilight Princess fans out there, and something that I would really enjoy myself if I decide to go and get the Switch too. So, as per usual, like I state all the time, only time will tell. We'll just have to wait, give it some time, and then once we get more information and everything like that comes out, I'll be able to go ahead and hopefully give you guys some more videos and give some more information for you guys to be able to check it out. So yeah, so those are my thoughts on that. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Is there any, Twilight Princess fans out there? Would you prefer to actually have Twilight Princess on the Nintendo Online, or would you want to be able to have it so that you can get your own kind of separate copy of the game? Like I stated, personally, I'd prefer a separate copy of the game than having the GameCube Online. But yeah, just if you guys can let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments, I'd really appreciate it. So if you guys could like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you guys have been watching this long, I really appreciate it. It means a lot. And yeah, until next time, Harmonic out. Peace.